it's live.
Oh, really? Oh, you suck. You suck.
No.
Oh no, we lost not Dodger's name. Okay. No, copyright! Copyright! Copyright!
I will now forever remember the moment that I was a part of MangaPod's DMCA.
MangaPod's proudest moment. The time we got DMCA.
When we got like shut down.
Damn it, Cindy Lauper. Damn it.
Damn it! Hi everybody and welcome to MangaPod Book Club. We are a weekly podcast, sometimes weekly podcast unless there are health issues or people moving or things just happening, but we are a weekly podcast in which we talk about all or part of a manga. After we have read it, we discuss it with friendship, love, and super duper spoilers. I am your host, HappiLeeErin. As you can tell, one of our lovely hosts is not here tonight, but she cannot ever be replaced, but filling in for her is the lovely ThePepperedHam, also known as Bill. How are you, sir?
I am wonderful. Thank you for having me on this thing.
Thank you for
I've been here before, though, so
yes,
hopefully people remember my presence in the world of Pokemon.
You were a wonderful guest on Pokemon. Our one and only guest. We really need to do more, but you were a great first and only so far.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
People love you, bro. People love you.
I like Bill.
That's it.
Bill's being our only. It's nice. He popped our cherry of guests. I'm gonna drink coffee.
And now you're staying steady with me. You guys are committed to our relationship. You did. You know.
We are not one and done with you, Bill.
We haven't tried everything yet. We haven't tried everything.
We have many things to explore.
Many positions to put you in.
I'm gonna put it.
You are in a different position this time.
This stuff
You're
isn't
in a different
happening
box.
unless I sign a release.
No.
Okay.
No. I refuse. I don't release anything. Once you're part of MangaPod, it owns your soul.
That's it. You have to give it up. You have to give it up.
We're all in cages for most of the week. Don't you know that?
Yeah. I let you guys out for MangaPod. That's it. That's why Yoku drinks on MangaPod so often, because it's the only time he ever gets to.
Yeah, I don't have any other time during the week to drink except MangaPod.
You guys should introduce yourselves as well, other co-hosts of mine.
I am Yokorama, and I have lost some hair.
You have.
From the stress of moving to Missouri. That's a lie. I just got a haircut. But there's a very funny story that how I got my haircut. It was just this dude that randomly said, "Hey, I can give you a haircut," and I'm like, "All right," and he just cut my hair, and it looked really nice actually. So I'm very happy.
That was a great story.
My story of the week.
I was changed. You look good. Your haircut looks great.
Oh, somebody's asking if I'm home yet. This is actually my home now. I moved from Oregon to Missouri. That was actually a kind of good reason for me not to be on MangaPod last week, because I was moving like thousands of miles driving. So I'm back here in Missouri, where I now live forever.
Yeah.
That sucks for you so much.
That is so awesome for me. It's not even funny, man. I live like in the farms. It's great.
Oh, farms are fantastic.
On the way
Real
moving,
life silver spoon.
I was just gonna say that. You son of a beat.
I had to spend the night on the way moving here. I had to spend the night in a hotel in Nebraska, and I thought of Erin.
Really?
I'm like, oh, she's from Nebraska, and it was a crazy storm.
Oh, I bet you got an experience one of Nebraska's storms.
It was a crazy storm.
Oh, I'm so jelly. I love Nebraska storms. Was there wind? Was there wind and rain and tornado
crazy
warnings?
Wind. There was this thunder. My iPhone was just like bzz, bzz, warning, flood warning. Yeah, it was great.
It's the best. Where in Nebraska did you stay?
I'm not even sure. I was just passing out over there.
Oh.
Because I was driving the next morning. I just passed out in the hotel.
I want to know. I want to know. Oh, that's so cool. Well, welcome back. Yeah, because you weren't here the one we had 2 weeks ago before the one we didn't have last week. So it's like we have not all been together for a very long time.
I missed you
now
guys.
I'm missing Dodger. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting
I
there.
also I missed all the chat as well because you guys are crazy.
Chat is great. Chat is fantastic.
Chat's fun.
Daz, you want to say hi? How are you?
Hi, I'm Dazza. What's up? I'm an Australian. My mouth is killing me right now because I'm getting my wisdom teeth, which is actually quite scary.
Oh.
Because that means I'm getting smarter. How does that happen?
Hilarious.
I thought you said you were eating your wisdom teeth, and I was like, no, you don't want to do that.
Oh no. So my mouth is like throb.
Aww.
I tried eating a steak last night. That wasn't fun.
Oh, that's so sad.
Dude, steaks are awesome. I
know.
Gotta add that.
Australian steak.
Steak is
American
fantastic.
steaks have nothing on Australian steaks.
Oh, dude.
No.
Australian steaks are so juicy. They're like
Hang
thick.
on.
I'm gonna have to hold you on that. When I visit Australia,
yeah.
you better buy me as much steaks as I want, alright?
Listen, nothing beats
Well,
Omaha steaks here from Omaha, Nebraska. Sent all over the world. Nothing.
Queensland steaks are fantastic.
We'll have to have a steak off.
I don't care about quality. If it's like meat, I'll eat it. I'm sorry. I gotta end it with that. No homo.
Somebody tweet. I'm tweeting.
If it's meat, I'll eat it.
Look,
I might regret saying that later on in the future.
Done. Hang on. I need a tweet. MangaPod. Tweet. Anyway, yes, thank you guys so much for joining us in chat. We are so happy that you are here. If you have never joined us for a MangaPod, if it's meat, I'll eat it. Sorry, I just keep thinking about it. If you've never joined us for a MangaPod before, what we like to do before we get into our super duper spoilery discussion is give you a short description about the manga that we read so that you can get an idea about it and find out whether or not you want to read it before you get spoiled. We will also give a quick little final impression at the beginning, just a short, spoiler-free, just be like whether you should read it or not so that you know whether you want to waste your time or not. So if you don't care about spoilers, you can also just hang out with us in the chat. We do not mind and watch anyway, but if you do care about spoilers, you can go after we give the description and our impressions and then read it and then watch the VOD of this on my channel, youtube.com/HappiLeeErin, where all of the previous manga pods have been stored in playlists and such. So Dazza, our lovely Dr. Dazza, will you give us our description of Dengeki Daisy? We read chapters 1 through 14 this week.
No matter what happens, I'll protect you. Teru, who lost her only remaining relative, her older brother, is cheered on by a male from an by a person, Daisy, who she can contact via the cell phone her brother gave out. One day, through an why can't I talk today? I wonder. One day, through an unexpected incident, Teru ends up working as a servant for the delinquent school janitor, Kurosaki. But the scoundrel, Kurosaki, is really ... Yeah, Mal wasn't working today, so we got really crappy summary. ... I'm really sorry, guys.
That's right.
You got
That's
the ... in there. Perfect. Thank you. Yes, so that is as spoiler-free as this discussion is going to get. So if you care about spoils for Shingeki no Kyojin.
That's not this way.
Are you drunk, Aaron? Are you drunk?
I'm so wasted, you guys. I worked a lot this weekend and I'm exhausted and I'm just, oh golly.
Shingeki no Daisy.
Shingeki no Daisy. Oh no. But if you care about spoils for Daisy, Dengeki Daisy, then you should take yourself out now and then come back and join us on the VOD. So guys, really quick, before they leave, just kidding, come back, JK, don't leave yet. Before they leave, what were your guys' impressions about whether you would recommend this manga or not to our lovely audience?
Who wants to take the first step?
I can hop in. Dazza, you want to go?
I was gonna say a lovely guest should.
Yeah, our lovely guest should go.
Okay.
Putting you on the spot.
The thing is, when recommending Dengeki Daisy is it's a shoujo. So, like, would I recommend this to people who might not like shoujo? Yeah.
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 Because it gets to a certain point where, yeah, you have like a little shoujo moments where lots of flowers and there's lots of like glitter, like page glitter. But the storyline is badass. Now, I've read ahead of everyone, so I could recommend it based on the whole. So yeah. I don't want to say too much. But don't let its shoujo coat of paint fool you if you're not into those types of things. If you like things about hackers or people punching people's faces into desks, you'll like Dengeki Daisy.
Amazing. Awesome. I agree 100% with that. It is, like, the art style is definitely very shoujo, so that could definitely turn people off, but the story itself is taking it in a direction, and already we've gotten tidbits of it, but it's definitely going in a direction that seems a little bit more darker than usual shoujo, and it's not really that cliched. Like, there's things that happen that are cliched at moments, but it seems the plot, like, plot-wise, it's not afraid to do what other shoujos tend to cop out of doing. So it makes me really excited to read more. So I definitely recommend it, even if you are not usually a fan of shoujos. It's different. It's a very different shoujo and very refreshing. Boys.
Now there's 2 left. There's only 2 left. Who's gonna go first?
Who's gonna do it? Yoku?
You're letting me go first? Aw, dude, thanks, man. You're a buddy. Alright. When it comes to Dengeki Daisy, like, after reading the 14 chapters that were, like, freaking, they took forever to read, I might add. So I'm glad we did only 14.
There's 50 pages.
But at the same time, I'm not
chapter.
glad that we did only 14 because it took us, we got an extra week. If I knew there was an extra week, I wouldn't mind reading further than that. It was very hard not to continue it. Like, I'm a fan of shoujo, but this one had so much more to it than just being a shoujo. It had those, like PepperedHam said, those very, like, sparkly, glittery moments that I also kind of love. You know, I gotta experience those as well. From all
He gets the butterflies. He gets the butterflies in his belly.
Oh man, dude, I was giggling like a little girl sometimes. My mom had to walk in and be like, "What's going on here? Nothing." You know?
Nothing. Just reading manga. It's fine.
It was awesome. Like, that story, it can become kind of dark once in a while. Like, it feels like a shoujo, like a very like romancy seinen. That's what it feels like. If, like, you could actually put a seinen tag on this one because it had some very, like, dark moments with the whole hacking and stuff, because it goes deeper into, like, the whole hacking and stuff. It was very, very cool, and I love that. Dazza,
We'll get into it. We'll get into this, guys. This is just first impressions about whether we'd recommend it to people who haven't read it yet. We'll get into this. Hold these thoughts. Hold the discussion thoughts. Dazza, I see your face, and I'm excited to hear your thoughts. Oh no!
What?
Yoku just dropped the mic. He was out.
Oh, Yoku. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll have to say to me it feels like it's very shoujo. It's basic shoujo elements are all there. You got the really flowery faces, you got the flowers everywhere. If you're not into the kind of like delving deep into girls' minds and thinking about guys, then you're probably not gonna like this too much. And if you don't like flowers, if you don't like shoujo itself, you probably won't enjoy this too much. But on the other hand, there are some elements of it that I feel do supersede the shoujo genre. Well, shoujo demographic, I should say, because shoujo is a demographic, not a genre. And it does get interesting, and it does just become more than just, oh, I like this guy, and I like this guy. It becomes way more than that.
Yeah.
It becomes way more than that at times, which is really good. Because the whole... Yeah, I get very tired of the whole, oh, I'm running around liking these guys kind of thing, because you get that on American sitcom TV enough. So I was really happy with that. So as a shoujo manga, it's very well done,
Sweet.
and I recommend it.
Wait, did I
I don't think you
finish
finished.
did I finish my thoughts? Where did I stop? I just gotta know.
You stopped
You
when I
yelled
was just like,
Daza. Yeah, you yelled Daza.
No, I'm
and
like,
then
that's
threatened him.
Daza!
It's a gesture.
And then you ended.
Yeah.
Well, I saw Daza making a face, but then it froze on me, so... I was like, Daza,
And then
just
you
like,
were gone.
Are you very still, or did you freeze? I don't know.
to be
But-
fair, I normally freeze. It's normally the freezing part.
Or, well, at least you don't get disconnected. No, I gotta,
Well,
I gotta
no.
say that. Yeah, but to wrap my thoughts off, after Daza finished his, I do recommend it. It's way more than just a shoujo, because it does go a little bit darker than like an average shoujo with the whole like hacking and like with the, it's just there's a lot of stuff to it, and like it was very hard for me not to continue on past 14. Just saying that,
So you recommend it?
definitely.
Dope.
2 thumbs up.
Dope. So that means that is as spoiler-free as this is going to get, my lovely people. So if you care about spoilers, we love you, but we will see you on the VOD maybe later. But yeah, so don't complain about spoilers because we told you about them. So let's hop.
If you complain about spoilers, you will get timed out.
Yeah.
Oh wait, before you leave, we have a special announcement at the end of the VOD, so it'll also be on Reddit, just so you know, and tweeted about. But you have to watch the end to find it out.
It's very special, guys.
It's,
And if you're watching the VOD, just don't skip to the end. Don't just skip.
yeah,
We'll know if you skip.
but
do.
but if you do, it's at the end. If you do want to find out where the thing is, it'll be at the end. If we remember, we'll have to remember. Dazzy, you're very good at remembering things, so keep me full of memories, please.
I'm gonna forget. I'm gonna forget now. It's gonna be so embarrassing.
No, chat, you are accountable. We're holding you accountable to remind us to tell you our special, super duper special announcement. But yes, let's start off like we usually do, my lovely people. What were your expectations before you read the manga? I can go first if nobody else wants to.
Go ahead.
I had actually read it before, but I couldn't remember anything past the first chapter. And so I thought I had only read the first chapter, but I had actually read up to where we stopped here. So, but I didn't remember that until we stopped again, and I got really mad because I wanted to read more. But I was expecting it to just be kind of the same typical shoujo manga that you always get. I remembered liking the characters more, like more than typical shoujo characters, and I will say that definitely held true for this one. So, that's my pre-thoughts.
Okay.
Anybody else?
I'll go. For me, I first started this back when I was in high school 4 years ago. I was going through like a phase of like I gotta read all these shoujo mangas because I've never had.
That's the typical phase a teenage boy goes through.
That is like the most normal high school phase to go through.
I need to
gotta
feel-
read all these shoujo manga.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I need
What I need to do?
magic void in my high school MMORPG life. So I was down the fire line like the top manga on Mal, and this was highly rated. And I'm like, oh, look at this, a story about a girl and teams up with a janitor. And then I read it.
That sounds so much worse than it actually is.
I was like, oh yeah, this is.
Perfect.
And she has to do janitor stuff, and she talks to him. Yeah.
I can't imagine if when the girls in my high school like were best friends with our janitors, like when I was growing up. That'd be so
we never
weird.
got super attractive janitors.
50-year-old Mario the janitor coming out of the closet bonking heads with a 16-year-old girl. We could pretend that.
Oh my god, there needs to be like a spin-off. Bill, can you write the spin-off of Dengeki Daisy? Mario the janitor. Butting heads.
Hey, go cut trees now. It's me, Mario.
I actually did have a janitor named Mario. That's where I got that from. Just so we don't get Yeah, I'll make sure not to make him look too much like Mario because Nintendo's really strict with their fan.
Yeah, you'll get like copyrighted to hell. That's what it
Yeah, you can't do a damn thing. But anyways, yeah, I was looking forward to another romance manga back in my darker days, and I got more than that. So, yeah.
Perfect.
It definitely is more than a regular romance. Like I said in my, I guess, no spoiler edition of my first thoughts.
Perfect.
That's pretty much all my thoughts to it is. Like that was my intention to go into it. I thought it was gonna be just a typical shoujo, and it wasn't. I was very pleasantly surprised. I was 4 chapters into it. I remember tweeting, like I was kind of enjoying it, and Bill just like went crazy, like, "Oh my god, dude, wait till you get to this part!" Oh, you know. So I kind of built up my hype to it, and it lived up to my hype while I was reading it past chapter 4. So like that was very impressive to me for being a shoujo, because I've read other many shoujos, a lot of one-shot shoujos as well, and they were very just romancy. That's all they were. But this has like another layer to it, which is very refreshing.
Good. Dazza, did you choke?
No, I sneezed. I just muted my mic before I could, like...
I was like, what is...
His audio muted, and all I see is this blurry image of him going...
He's trying to swim out. There's a monitor.
I was like listening to Yoko, and all I see in the corner is Dazza like...
I was like, I sneezed. I'm sorry. It's spring here. I got allergies.
Yoko, I agree 100% with what you said, and I thought you said it very well, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dazza, give us your...
Go ahead, Dolphin.
Go ahead, Dolphin.
You look like a dolphin. You're like,
What is that?
I'm trying to be Haru and get to the water. See, I was really worried when I was going into this, because the mouth thing says that the main girl gets abused, and I'm just like, what? I don't want to read another shoujo manga where the girl gets abused. There's enough of them going around.
You
And I get
actually
really
said
pissed
that.
off. I did. I said that, and I get really pissed off with shoujo manga. They're just like, that girls get abused in, and I'm just like, stand up for yourself, girl. Jeez, and it really annoys me. That's one of my main problems with Tanari no Kabutsukun, because the girl gets abused, and it's just like, why won't? That pisses me off. But it didn't happen, which I was happy about. But yeah, I wasn't really expecting much from it, which I suppose didn't really say much about what it was about. I was going into it being like, oh yeah, it's going to be a lovable shoujo manga where everyone's going to have fun and she's going to fall in love and that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's it. I didn't really expect much, so what I got out of it was quite good.
Good.
Yeah.
Dope. Okay, let's talk about characters first. What were your guys' thoughts on the characters? How did you feel in terms of, especially like different shoujo manga, how did you feel? Did they stand out? Were they like less stereotypical than you find? Like, what are your guys' thoughts? Let's start with the main character. Let's start with Teru.
They were pretty damn stereotypical, I gotta say. Like, they go out of the boundaries of being stereotypical, but like their core is pretty damn stereotypical, I gotta say that.
Mm-hmm.
But they do some stuff with them that, like, there's some times where they kind of throw them at you, and it's kind of surprising how they react to some situations. So that was very nice. So that's pretty much my thoughts on the main characters now.
I think, yeah, so at the core, they're very stereotypical, but I mean, if you like look at, like, you're reading one shoujo manga B on this side and Dengeki Daisy right here, and you look at the way Teru would react to a generic shoujo character from like a 3-volume crapshoot that just came out of someone's butt.
Well, that is the most like those 3-volume like shoujos are like, it doesn't get
that's what I'm talking about. Like that's
like the crazy.
That's and you have Teru who gets into these dangerous situations, and how does she react to them? She headbutts people, and sticks up for herself, and doesn't. Well, she gets bullied in the beginning a little bit, like in every shoujo manga. They throw her shoot to the garbage.
It gets fixed pretty fast, though.
Yeah.
Well, the janitor steps in, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mario.
I do have to admit, the characters I felt were stereotypical. Like, the plots and what they do isn't as stereotypical, but the characters and depth of the characters are really quite stereotypical. I mean, she's always like, oh yes, I like Daisy. It's quite obvious I like Daisy. And then she's like, but is Daisy him? Because I like him as well, but I won't admit that I like him. And she's very tsundere like that.
I didn't get very much tsundere from her at all.
Well, not like the whole, like,
She didn't like Daisy.
She
did
doesn't
not
like Daisy in the romantic sense. She
even
made
says
that
it.
distinction that she
Yeah.
loves.
Daisy's
She sees
like a
Daisy
brother.
like a brother, and she loves
her
Kurosaki. And like, I like the fact that she doesn't really hesitate with that. Like, she doesn't. Oh, do I like him? Do I not? Like, when she realizes it, she is very accepting.
That's one of the
it,
points that I
which
like.
is like one of yeah.
I would have been very annoyed if she's like, oh, what if I like Daisy?
I
Oh,
know,
but then
I was like-
Saki, I like him too. Ah! That would have been like super stereotypical that I would not want to continue reading the manga. You know, but I like the fact that she even told Kurosaki himself, like, I see him as a brother, but like in the background when she was telling Kurosaki's what's her name, that female friend, the older female friend.
Oh,
Rico.
I forget
Rico?
her name.
Rico.
Rico? Yeah, Rico. When she was telling her, she's very open with her that she loves Kurosaki. So that was a big plus in that, like, it definitely made the story much more interesting and less predictable to read, in my opinion.
But I do agree with you, Dazo, that their characters are pretty stereotypical.
Yeah.
Overall.
The core of the characters is very, like, they were set up very stereotypically, but the way how they react to some situations, not all, is kind of unpredictable in some points, but there are parts where you kind of like, yeah, that's expected in a shoujo, you know.
Like the part where like the faces get close, like Kurosaki and her faces get close, and
You're
it's
really
like,
close all the time.
and then it's just like, oh look, it's getting all flowery and stuff, and then
Flowers.
There were so many times when they like cuddled. I was just like, what?
Do you know what that
Like,
stuff actually is? In those frames when they're so close together and their faces are so close to the screen, that's actually
Bill.
That's their disgusting breath against the page, just filling. That is Daza knows. That's what's happening.
I get it.
I don't want your breath close to mine. I'm sorry.
Alright, I get it.
No, but when those like frames happen, it reminds me of like Bold and the Beautiful, because you get like a sort of softer tone with like the pages as well, and it gets like really super cliche. I'm just like,
Oh my god, you're so right. It is. It's so soap opera-y. When they do the slow looking at each other super close.
But I loved it.
No, I love it. No, I love
that's
it.
the
But then you have Teru immediately getting out of that situation
Yeah.
the first time by headbutting him.
Which was amazing.
Which is
Yeah.
I think one of the things I love is like the characters, like all you guys are saying, like they're at their core are very stereotypical, but they get put into things that shoujo characters typically don't get put into, like situations. So it's interesting to see them react in like not boring ways. It's like interesting to see those the extension of those personalities a little bit more than we usually get to see in shoujo, just because the plot and the writing is so much better, like more exciting. Like
Teru
usual.
jumping into the back of a moving car.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
What the hell? No.
I loved it. I was like,
I love how she actually like talked, like when she was like explaining it. Like, yeah, I wasn't really thinking what I was doing.
yeah, I
it
like
just
she
happened.
just meant it.
Yeah, she wasn't just like, it wasn't like just a regular like moment that like they just kind of let it pass by. She actually acknowledged that it was stupid what she did. You know?
Yeah, they like explained it, and when she's like, yeah, it was dumb. It was really dumb. But I just realized as we were talking, was that the same girl who in like chapter 13, 14, had the boyfriend? Was that because I thought she became friends with her? Was that the same girl?
The student council president,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
friends. So then later on, did they kind of like stopped talking to each other, didn't they?
And
then
did she come back and was a bitch
she came
again?
back and was a huge bitch again.
Okay,
Like talking
I've
about
got-
this. I just realized that.
I've got a reason why. Okay, listen to me right now.
Listen.
She's a bitch.
Oh,
She's just a
oh my
bitch.
God, Daza. Oh my God. you got
That's just
it.
it. She's a typical high school bitch.
What a breakthrough. She's a blonde probably as well. Just say.
Hey, she's Asian. She can't be blonde.
Wow, guys.
Just call, like,
guys,
like,
wow.
I'm sorry.
Bitch.
I'm not being racist here. Like in Japanese schools, they have like say they can't like change her hair color, so she can't be blonde. She's like,
It's using MangaPod the channel as blonde people.
I'm not saying.
I'm just sorry.
All blonde people are bitches.
It's experience,
Hey,
alright?
my
Yes.
parents was blonde.
You take it as your compass personal experience. That's it.
The thing is, guys, not all blonde people are bitches.
I did not say that. I'm just saying from personal experience. That's what I imagined. That was what was in my head when I was reading that because of personal.
Okay. I gotcha.
Just let's end it there.
But that's like, that kind of bugs me. Like, there was something there. Like, there was no build up to her being a bitch again. That's really dumb.
It might have been her problem. Just like she has that problem, the whole like wanting to be accepted by people and being easily influenced. And it was just one of those things. I guess she didn't fix her problem in the first place with Taro becoming her friend, and she kind of like fell back into it. Maybe. Oh.
But they never this is like such a minor plot point. It's not. I don't know why I'm spending so much time focused on this, but it's just like the fact
Because
that
if we don't focus on it, no one else will.
Right? Okay. So the fact that they didn't show anything like that, like they were such good goody friends,
But
and then
it might be one of those things that get flashback later on. I don't know, Bill.
I can't tell you shit.
Bill's like, no, I'm not saying
No.
that.
Okay, fine, whatever. Let's talk about the glasses friend, servant number 2.
Oh.
Thoughts on him? Hit me.
What's his name?
I don't remember.
Kyoshi, I believe it is.
Servant 2. S2.
S2.
S2, that's his name.
Is that
Right.
Kyoshi? Is that the guy who trying to get her cell phone?
Is
Yes,
his name Yoshi?
and pulled out the paper slicer, box cutter.
Oh my
Same
gosh,
thing.
dude.
He's like, dude, box cutters get used as weapons in manga so often.
I know.
Like-
What's up with that?
Do people just carry around box cutters in Japan? I don't understand. Like, it's just the go-to weapon.
There's a lot of boxes that have to be opened. I don't know.
Yeah.
I get. Bye.
It's boxy.
Wait, do you have a box cutter? Listen, you're moving. This doesn't count.
Oh, it's a Stanley knife. I was wondering what you're calling a box cutter. That's a Stanley knife.
It's not called box.
It's a thin box cutter.
That's a Stanley knife.
It's still a box cutter. That's what it's called.
Looks like a.
Your box cutters match Bill's earphones.
Dale, this is for you. Take it.
Let's become a pair.
You guys are meant to be. But yeah, let's talk about him.
He was a geek. I don't know where to start this at all. I just don't know where to start this at all.
Okay, here. Do you want me to start?
It was funny because like I started it and I kind of like in the middle of like that sentence I was just like, shit, why did I start this? Somebody else should have started it.
You
Right,
could
go
have
ahead.
just stopped like I didn't. Like actually, I don't know what to say. Like he's nerd. I didn't know how I felt about him. I was a little torn because I actually saw it coming as him being the one who, because like that was a twist at the end of that chapter. Like I actually saw that coming, and so I don't know why it just kind of felt, that whole plot point felt a little bit generic to me, but I did like how it was all still very in character for all how the characters reacted to it. Cause like that was when, yeah, I don't know how I felt about it. I felt it was like a little bit cliched, but him as a character I really enjoyed, especially later on with how he, like, see, I don't know what I'm trying to say now. I'm all flustered. I don't know what I want to say.
I do gotta admit, yeah, I agree with you. It wasn't like 100% predictable that he was the dude that was trying to get her cell phone.
Yeah.
But there was a point that was a little like a while before we actually got the like I guess the reveal that I guessed that it was him.
Yes.
And that it dumbed down that whole like reaction where I was like,
You will learn with
So.
Dengeki Daisy that whenever they introduce somebody new with glasses, usually they're bad for a few chapters. Every time. Like,
Spoiler
That's just-
alert.
And whoever wrote.
Oh my god,
Dengeki
no, you're
Daisy.
totally right. You're totally right, because the first guy, Tsunade or whatever, had glasses too.
Yeah, you can just pick it up from the first part of the chapter. Is that people with glasses usually bad news in Dengeki Daisy, and it was during his introduction and his whole thing there with the cell phone that was starting to make me realize that when do these students ever have class? They have so much time to like do shit with box cutters and go to the roof and organize these database hacking weird troops. Like, when the hell do you study in the school?
Yeah, and she's like,
they always
and
study.
Teru is like #1 as well. Like,
Yeah.
where does she have time?
And she's always outside, like helping the janitor.
She's always like
She's
planting
outside with the
flowers.
janitor. They're
cutting
just
down
going on
bushes.
dates.
I love that the school isn't doing anything about that. They're just like,
What's
"Oh,
up with that?
it's
She
fine."
lived with the janitor for a while.
No scandal. There was no scandal. You know, usually in a shoujo manga, when you read it and like people find out that the main girl's living with one of the boys. There's like a whole 5-chapter arc where they bully the girl. Then like, what are you doing living with the hot boy?
Yeah.
You know, they like shove her in lockers and cover her in soap. But in this,
Covered in
I made that up. I don't think it actually happens in any shoujo manga. But I'm just thinking of like freshman hazing on like football teams where they put shaving cream all over your face or something. I don't actually have any experience with that either. I'm just making that up too, I think. But anyways,
That's my experience with American colleges right there.
So much
Shaving
like
cream and hazing.
there's so much made up stuff going on here.
well, they find out she's living not only with the guy but the janitor.
And who is supposedly like the hottest dude they've ever seen in their life. Like,
Everybody wants the janitor's weenus. Like the whole first
Jesus.
14 chapters.
They want his elbow? What?
Yeah.
Oh my god, have you seen his elbow?
his elbow, like I'm jealous.
Oh.
I wish I had his elbow. I would trade my
Elbows just do it. Elbows are
gosh.
just great.
oh my god.
But yeah,
There you go. Fellas, you want to get into a girl's heart, have a good weenus.
Yeah. Double weakness.
Oh, double weenus all the way across.
You guys,
Oh my gosh, that's classic, right?
go on, Bill. Weenus.
Anyway, I think I was done. Like I don't know where I was going. I just wanted to jump into there was no scandal. I was surprised that nobody was like, you know, like none of the principals got involved either. Like, oh, he's
And
living
it's
with
funny,
the
it wasn't like a secret or anything. Everybody knew. Like, everybody knew. It's not like they were like, oh, don't tell anybody you're living with me. You know, everybody knew. Everybody's like,
knew.
oh, are you guys doing it? Are you guys
The guidance counselor knew. She supported.
Oh yeah, she is, Rico. Oh my gosh.
Let's just say the adults are very dubious adults. It's fine.
It's very unrealistic when it comes to that point, but
Yeah.
it still was very entertaining.
It's very funny.
Yep.
How old is Kurosaki?
I don't
Kurosaki
know.
has to be at least over 20 because he can drink alcohol in a bar.
According to
That's
the wiki, he is 24.
Okay.
There we go. So he's 24, wanting to go out with a 17-year-old.
It's. I like that he.
What
I
year?
love
What year
it.
is she in? What year is she in?
She's
Second year, right?
Second year.
She is
First-
16 years old, according to the wiki.
8 years older. All right.
Not the wiki.
Just have the wiki
Hey,
open.
the age of consent in Japan's like 13. It's okay.
Perfect.
All right. That's good stuff.
That's the creepiest part. All right, good stuff.
Like, let's done. Done.
I was gonna say something and now I can't remember it.
This is the most like I think like the most laughing happened in this pod, like of any other manga pod. It's crazy.
So much.
We've been laughing for like 50% of the time.
I think
That's
it's the most
fun.
innuendos.
I know we've just been throwing them out here and like all over the place. It's just
Double weenus.
double weakness. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's talk about Kurosaki as a person.
All right. As a person, he
I
is
like-
a very
oh,
fine gentleman that I guess forces children to work.
I thought you were gonna say forces children to live with him.
And I guess he kind of
Can't do
does.
that.
Well, now that you mention it, kind of.
You guys, the more we like we deconstruct this manga, the more like darker and darker it gets.
Yeah, but it's funny because we all four of us recommend it. Like, it's really awesome.
It's about pedophiles, not a big deal. What I love about him is the fact that he is so like aware of the fact that people will think he's a pedophile because he's in love with the 16-year-old girl, that whenever somebody so much as like kind of hints at it, he freaks the fuck out. He's just like, I'm not a pedophile. What do you mean? Don't even think I'm. What do you mean?
He's like, I don't like
flat-chested
flat-chested girls. There was actually a moment when he actually said like he told her he doesn't like flat-chested girls or whatever. But then he was talking to that master, the bartender guy. And he's like, oh, I love flat-chested girls.
Yeah, that was one of those moments where you're like, oh, he does love her. Where you're like, and it's like, and the more you think about it, you're like, that's a little creepy. It's like, wait a minute.
Why is it creepy? He just has a preference. Every
No,
guy
it's
has
not
preference.
creepy. Once I said creepy, I realized that's not what I meant. It was just like.
It's a little bit. If she's 16 and he's 24, it's a little bit. Like, maybe a little bit.
Flat-chested, I understand, yeah. That's a preference.
That is a preference.
That's an illegal preference in Australia, but it's still a preference nonetheless.
It's an illegal preference to have, like flat-chested girls?
Well, it's illegal in Australia, in South Australia, to look at porn of A-cup breasts because it's too close to young girls.
What?
I did not know that at all.
That is so... What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You guys, you know what this means we have to do to confirm this?
Don't get me in trouble, please. I live here. I want to stay living here.
What? That is so sad. Flat-chested girls need a say too. We need porn too.
We do. I mean, they do.
Oh man.
So Daza, if I emailed you 50 A-cup porn vids, would you go to prison?
Don't do that, chat. Don't do that.
Chat, don't.
The thing is, they probably won't get you if it's on the internet, but you can't buy it in stores or anything. And they actually had to get rid of a whole bunch. Yeah.
Wow.
Remember that coming out.
You learn something new every day. Yes, that's that's all I can say to this.
We need to start a petition to bring flat-chested porn back to Australia.
Is that really the petition you want, MangaPod to start? We can start a petition to continue some manga series that we gotta continue in. But Hunter x Hunter, maybe continue that stuff. But we're gonna do a whole flat-chested thing in Australia.
That's cool, guys. 3D.
That's what we stand for. That is what we stand for, guys. Make sure you write them an email.
I'm not really a part of this, so yeah.
We stand for the right for all boobs to be represented in porn.
Bill raises both his wenises for this.
MangaPod Boob Club.
Yep, that's
Dengeki Daisy is a good manga with lots of stuff in it.
Now look what kind of discussion it brought up. Only Dengeki Daisy could do this. Probably not. There's probably so many mangas in Japan that could bring this up, but Dengeki Daisy did it.
If you want a few, I can always email you some, Yoku.
It's alright.
I mean, look.
You know what, Deza? I don't think I'm ever gonna give you my email address. Alright.
Okay, guys, let's talk about Kurosaki actually, because we have not actually touched on him.
No, we did.
No, we didn't! We talked about his preference for A-cups.
Alright, I'm
And
sorry.
how it's illegal in
pretty
Australia.
part of it.
Okay,
That's
guys.
that's half of his character right there. It's half.
He is that beautifully handsome girly boy with the troubled past, but he's so fun to watch.
I love watching him.
And he's always
He has
serious.
such epic moments. I'm telling you, there's such epic panels with him that even me, my heart was just it stops.
He is able to take down a guy without his cigarette falling out of his mouth.
Right?
No, man.
He does that so many times.
It never works for me. I'm just
And the fact that they actually show him beating a guy's face into the desk is so awesome.
In a school.
In a school, it's in there's
Yeah, he's
blood.
just like it wasn't beating. He took his face and he just like it didn't just punch. He slammed his face with his fist, just like.
It's okay, because no one will know. He's the janitor. He can clean the blood up.
Exactly. He's so dope.
He's like Dexter.
It's Dexter, yeah!
Man, Dexter should have been a janitor. He would not have. Season 7 would not have happened if it was a janitor. So.
Oh no. I really enjoyed watching him. I agree that he's very stereotypical, but I liked the fact that he also, like, along with Tara, like, admitted that he is in love with her. Like, he accepted it very quickly, even though there's times where he's like, no, don't like to live without her. But I will say that, like, they were watching his relationship with her the entire time. I was just feeling so sad and torn.
He was
synthetic.
Like, he was synthetic. That's what it was.
He was more synthetic than Teru, but like there's
way
times
more.
when I was watching them and I'm just like, what a hard relationship. Like, when you think about it, it's just really sad because he has this fact that he killed her brother, or was responsible for her brother's death in some way. And
we don't know.
We don't actually know, but like from what we've been told, like that's his memories. But he still has to put on this role of being Daisy, and then at the same time he loves her, but he can't actually get with her because of that whole like regret or whatever's happening there. And it's just like, what a complicated little relationship that just it made my heart hurt. Like, it felt like it was just like star-crossed lovers like torn apart, and I was like, I just want them to be. Oh God, Yoko. It's like, I just want them. He's still here. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on with him, but I just I don't know. I really want them. I want them to be together so badly, but there's just that part of something is like keeping them apart. Oh, we lost him.
He's gone.
He's gone. Hold on. I need to add in. I need to make sure that I don't get the splash screen. Hang on. We're switching to splash screen really quick to make sure I can add him back in without showing anybody's. Oh, there's no splash screen.
I'm getting naked.
Naked times. There's no splash screen because I actually deleted the splash screen, so we don't have a splash screen. So it was just black for a little bit.
No, so we naked then. That's
God. Oh my God! And now Dazzle. Oh no, you're in the right spot. I don't know what happened. I thought you were in the wrong spot for a second.
I'm here. Hi.
What did you think about Kurosaki?
He's very OP. Let's just say that.
That's true.
It's like he can do anything, and it annoys me a little bit because he has no flaws.
Yeah.
And that's one of my main gripes with him.
You're back!
Yay! But he's
Yay!
he's like, oh, I'll fix everything, and he can, and it's just like, can you not? Can you do something wrong for once? And like, we've had hints that something's going to happen really quickly, like really soon, and I'm really excited to see that. But at the moment, it's just like, he can hack, he can make her feel better, he can beat the living crap out of people.
So you think Kurosaki is too perfect?
You know why he can make her feel better? Because he knows all of her deep thoughts.
Yeah, he's
feeding them to him. It's so creepy. Like, that is, I love it, but that's like, it's so weird. Like, she can text Daisy anything. Like, oh, I really love men with blonde hair, and he comes walking out like, fuck yeah, I got blonde hair. I know you like them. You know, like, and it's just so weird to me. Like, but
anyway. No, I thought of the same thing when I was reading that's one of those. It's not that it's creepy. It's a little messed up. Like, she's giving him all that information, like of every feeling that she has inside of her. She's giving it to him, and he's pretty much using that information. He could pretty much get her, even like if he was the most hated person in the world, he could probably get her with all that information that he has. Yeah. That she, it's just.
But he really isn't.
Yeah, but it's still like one of those things in the back of my mind. If I had that power, if I had that power,
confirmed.
If I was Daisy, like, I would have no problems in this world. Like, I'm telling you.
If you were Daisy, the story would be completely different. Apparently.
I'll just be drunk. I'll be like, whoa, what's up, girl? That would be my
Send me
pick.
your tits.
That would be my take. Hey, tit pic.
I can't.
No, but I'm
to be
just saying.
fair, she sends him pictures of her in the swimsuit anyway.
That was a very
I know, good face.
In a very awkward position. No, but I'm just saying it's a very like creepy, not creepy, but like just messed up. It's messed up. Like if he ever told her, and she thought about what was going on, like he's like, oh, if he comes up to her and be like, I'm Daisy, you know, she's gonna be like, oh, you're Daisy. Oh my gosh, I love you, and you're Daisy. And then she's gonna think about it, like, wait, oh my gosh, I sent you everything. You know, like.
But she realized it at the end of what we read. She realized he was Daisy.
Ah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. But she did not realize that moment. But she did not realize that moment that I'm talking about. Like, she's probably, like, I'm guessing there's gonna be a moment later on past chapter 14 where she's gonna realize, like, oh shit, I told him everything.
Yeah.
All my feelings and everything. And he knows it all, but he's pretending not to, like he doesn't know, you know. So like, because we ended on that very crazy.
Well, and now she's pretending
That
to
she
not
doesn't
know. Yeah.
This is like the most.
Yeah, what do you guys
confusing
think
relationship.
about? What do you guys think about the fact that she's decided, like, how she reacted to it? Like, what are your guys' thoughts about?
It's
how
a little
she
too
reacted?
soon. Like it kind of happened at the end of the part that we read, so I
Yeah.
can't really. It could be she could be like, oh, I'll just pretend like I don't know and just live my life like usual. You know, there's probably reasons why he doesn't want me to know. But like, well, it was like 1 or 2 chapters that she found out. Like that's
It
all
was-
we saw.
Yeah, it was like she found out at the end of chapter 13, and then chapter 14 was spent.
So it's a
on
little
it.
bit hard to say how she reacts because seriously, like a few chapters after chapter 14, it could be a completely different story. So
Yeah, I know.
she reacted without thinking about it. That's kind of how it was. It was one of those things like, oh my gosh, he's Daisy. But then like later on, she'll probably think about it and realize all the stuff she's been telling Daisy, and then realizing that I was actually Kurosaki, and she'll probably flip out. That's what's gonna happen. That's my guess.
Yeah. That's what
The
you're
problem
gonna
is
say.
that the problem is if she just keeps like being ignorant towards it and it's like, oh, I'll just put it in the back of my mind. I know he is, but I won't say anything. That could get really dull
Yeah.
very quickly.
I could
and you could just
see
be like, why don't you just talk to him and use your words like non-anime characters, because I don't like doing that. But
that's how it's gonna happen. I'm like 99% sure that that's how it's gonna go down for the next like 15 chapters.
No!
Oh, okay.
Oh
Like-
no!
Bill, you shush.
You shush, Bill.
Bill, I know it because I remember a long time ago you saying that you weren't too happy with Dengeki Daisy, and I could, that was
I think I never said that.
you said that. I could
I might have told you that I wasn't happy with Kaiju no Maid-sama, the manga.
That manga made me mad.
You were not happy with Dengeki Daisy at one
But-
point. I clearly remember you telling me that, so that's why I have that prediction.
Well, see, but I mean, I don't know why. I might have said that about something else, but I'm not gonna spoil anybody.
Don't spoil anything. I'm gonna punch you in the face. Sorry. Hey, Bill, I'm closer to Pennsylvania now. It's not like
Yokohama. Here's what we discovered today.
it's
on
not
this,
thousands of miles
on-
away anymore. I could
on
like
this manga
one
pod.
day. In one day, I could be there and I could punch you in one day. All right.
Daza hates blondes. Yokohama
I don't hate
wants
blondes.
wants
I
to
like blondes.
Yokohama wants to abuse women via text message, and Yokohama wants to beat me up.
And I support. I want to start a petition.
Get
Manga
porn.
boob club. That's the next.
MangaPod Boob Club.
Hey, I'll be
Okay.
Dodger's gonna come next week and she's gonna be like, "What the hell happened?"
What happened to MangaPod?
It's just completely like flipped all over the place. It's just not the same thing anymore.
You're so cute.
I love this podcast. This is great.
This is really great. Okay, let's talk about plot. Since we are getting close to time, let's talk about plot really quick. We've touched on it quite a bit about how we feel it's different. What specifically for you guys was do you feel was the most like, this is really great? Like, what was the moment where you're like, this is so different from shoujo, or like wasn't, like, what are your guys' thoughts on plots? To that.
It was it was above average from a typical shoujo. Just start that off. No.
Yeah, I agree.
I liked that you have. It's not your typical boy meets girl kind of. Wow, I just moved into this school. There's a hot boy. All the girls like him, but for some reason he likes me. Kind of shoujo. That's I think every shoujo. Instead, you have this mystery that's kind of peeling away underneath a romance story about hackers and intrigue and just what the hell is actually happening with these characters. Like, why is this 24-year-old janitor, the subject of this crazy conspiracy that's going on with these hackers, and why are they all working at the school? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
The school is the center of everything. As always.
Everything.
That answers my question. It's anime and manga.
Yeah.
So that's why.
There is something to do with the school, because why did they all end up there? I don't know.
Who knows?
But there's also the conspiracy at the school as well that we can't forget. Like with like the council president, that's kind of been pushed back a bit. So
it's very hard to say, but yeah, it's above average when it comes to
having the dark like hacker and her brother backstory adds a nice little change. It's not just, oh, my brother died. It's not just left at that, where that's like really flat and like no description or like reason. Like the fact that we've been told that there's a reason why he died, and that there was this team, and that there was a rival team that wants this information, and the fact that the information that everybody said was on the phone is not on the phone. It's like, where is the information?
It probably is
that
on the
whole
phone.
like kind of like just side like, or it's not even a side plot, like that's just part of the story that you don't simply see in shoujo. It's not just about the romance, it has this other stuff going on with it, which makes it even more interesting. Yo Yoku, what's up?
I think it is on the phone. I think that dude completely bullshitted his way out of that, because he finally realized that that the whole relationship is all cool, like it's true, that he's kind of like, yo, what? It's not on the phone. I wasted my time here.
See, Yoko, I disagree with you on the basis that it's a shoujo manga, and after someone's turned nice, they don't really turn unnice again.
No, but I'm not saying he's gonna turn on nice. I'm telling you he's gonna join their team, but he kind of lied to them so that they would kind of, I guess, he was trying to find, he was bad guy, and he was trying to find something, and it turned out...
He's trying to throw off the bosses.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like it's still on the phone, because it was thrown. It wasn't a detailed explanation that it wasn't on the phone. He's like, oh, I checked the phone. It was on there. Yeah, let's move on. You know, if it was like a chapter full where he was like explaining it, like, yeah, it's not on the phone because of this and that.
Yoku, this is an Attack on Titan. They don't have a chapters for just talking about stuff.
Dude, it's 50 pages per chapter. They have time, okay?
There's a lot of pages per chapter.
So I'm guessing that the phone is still a very important part of the story, you know, past the part that we read.
Yeah.
You know, that's not over.
I agree. I hope it's not over. I'm interested because I've been teased that it gets super dark around chapter 30.
Yeah, Bill.
I just want to keep reading.
Buddy Bill? Bill Buddy? Pepper Bill Ham? He tweeted me. He tweeted me, guys.
I just can't wait.
Saying chapter 30, that's where stuff goes down.
And now I'm approximating. It's been a long time since I read it.
Okay.
But in the 30 to 50 range, I'm gonna. So you don't get the chapter 30, nothing happens. I'm gonna switch it. 30 to 50 range. It does get dark, and there's a lot of danger. I don't know. I'm just.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, you know what we haven't talked about at all? We haven't really talked about Riko. What are your guys' thoughts on her? How do you like her?
She's
do you not like her?
She's probably the most cliche character of the series. That's what I have to say, because there's a lot of anime that I have seen, a lot of manga that I read, where it's kind of like this older woman appears, and then she becomes like close friends with this other girl, and then like they just connect. And it's just very cliche to me. Like, I could just like name off a ton of series like in the past couple of years that have come out that have that type of character. So I kind of did not care about it. There hasn't been a moment yet where I was just kind of like, oh my gosh, Riko, holy shit, this is happening. You know, it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, I'm interested. Bill?
What?
I'm interested. I want her to do more because like she's there and she's nice. I don't hate her at all, but I agree she's stereotypical, and I want her to do something for her to have more of a purpose. I don't want her to just be there to be this stereotypical character. I want her to have more of a purpose.
I gotta say that Master is also a very stereotypical, cliche son of a gun, but I like him a lot. I like those kind of characters.
There we go.
I like those kind of characters a lot.
Yeah, the Master, I want to know more about him because like
he's like behind the bar. He's also part of the team.
Yeah.
But
we don't know how he's part of the team.
I'm very like.
Why is he Master?
For him, I am not sold on Master yet, just because of the fact that he's just there, like that in the background, and they call him Master all the time.
Yeah, he's like, you know what?
Just.
I found you a place to live. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, you seem like you're just there to fill in these plot holes. Yeah,
but I like this kind of characters.
No, I think that there is a secret base underneath that bar, and he's the CEO of Master, and it's
what
like
is
a
this,
spy
a
organization.
There is totally something underneath that bar.
There is totally, because there is, we've only seen the bar, and it has to be a front for something, because they're all Yakuza, and they've got some sort of deal with some scientific community thing, and boom.
But that is so freaking shonen, it's not even funny.
I am sorry, Yoku, I have to stop you there. Shonen is a demographic.
Exactly.
The plot doesn't really matter. It's the way the plot is presented that makes it a
shoujo. Yeah,
shoujo can be presented much differently than that.
But I have never read a shoujo manga, and I've read quite a bit that have that type of a crazy plot twist. Like,
which is why it's made.
That's what makes it different.
It would make it awesome. Yo, we've had this discussion.
Like, if that's the case, like I'm kind of expecting it because I did thought about that as well. But even though I thought about it, if that happens, my mind will be blown. Seriously, because
if what happens?
If the whole like under the bar, there's like this, there's this whole like Yakuza thing going on. I'll be like freaking like flipping out all over.
I want it to happen. It has to happen. Somebody has to die. I'm just saying.
Awkward silence.
I know. Wow.
Somebody has to die. Come on, guys. Agree.
Nothing.
Okay.
No, you guys don't need to agree with me. I love it.
We haven't spoken about the art.
No, we haven't. Hit it.
All right. I personally thought it was very typical art. It looked shoujo, typical shoujo. Same with the faces and everything like that. It was just like, yeah, shoujo here, shoujo here, there. I've already spoken about the other panels where it's just like all Bold and the Beautiful-esque. And then there's lots of flowers everywhere, and that's funny.
It's called Daisy.
But that's because that's his name. It's his name.
It is his name.
I was gonna say I like the art because it's typical shoujo art, but it's nice typical shoujo art. Not like old generation basket, which was just like at times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boom.
Bill?
I think it's got some shonen sensibilities in there on a lot of characters that aren't Kurosaki. Actually, all of them that aren't Kurosaki. Riko looks like she rolled right out of a shonen manga. Master looks like he rolled right out of a shonen manga.
Mm-hmm.
Every other male besides Kurosaki looks like they rolled out of it. Except for Terry's brother. That's a girl, I think. There's
long hair does not equal girl.
It's actually a sister.
It's that A-Cup
plot twist.
Yeah, boom.
Chapter 30.
But I actually really like the exaggerated expressions that happen a lot in the manga when things go on. I think the comedy is very well done in the manga, by the way, and it's very well illustrated with the expressions and it's how deadpan certain things are. But a lot of the exaggerated expressions are very Bakuman to me, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah. I agree with both you guys. I think the art is very stereotypical shoujo, but it's good. It's good. It doesn't necessarily stand out among any. But I like the character designs a lot. And with the exaggerated expressions, the one time I really noticed it was when they were going shopping for the cheesecake, and he got off the phone with Riko right as Teru sent an email. and then his phone went off, and his face was just like that's the only time I really, like, the exaggerated expressions really stood out and actually made me laugh. But the art overall is really nice. It's so clean. The panels are really pretty. Like, I think, like, the character proportions and everything look really good. I think the manga is very good artist. It's very good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything stand out, but it was definitely quality. So that's good.
It was consistent quality.
Consistent as well. Like, as good. It was I didn't really notice too much of a shift. I mean, we only read 14 chapters, but, like, there wasn't a big shift from when the first chapters of the 14th one. Like, it looked very consistently good.
Yeah.
It was good from the start. It wasn't...
Normally when we start reading, like, a manga from the start, it's like, it starts off really shoddily,
really
and then
jank.
it's, like, gets better as it goes on, which is awesome.
Maybe because it's 14 chapters. Like, even though they're really long chapters, he had to release those really long chapters at one point, and, like, at the same time, 50 pages. That's probably maybe, like, actually in the later time of the series, it's gonna go up.
Yeah.
Well,
it does.
But it doesn't. All right, thank you, man. I love you.
It looks. I mean, that's not a spoil. It looks beautiful. The whole.
Yeah, if it continues like this, I have no problem.
Well, it's a monthly serialization in Japan, so, like, I mean, then again, that's not really an excuse because he has 50 pages. Well, she has 50 pages to draw. But I mean, it's not like you're on a week to week basis having to pump these sons of bitches out.
Yeah, but like I said, it's very, it has the shoujo feel to it, definitely. Like, no denying that, with all those sparkles and, like, when he, like, out of nowhere just, like, embraces her. Like, he, like, takes her head. Like,
he takes her head.
And then he just it's one of those things where he's kind of like, I don't know, it's really weird, but it only happens in show. I've never seen this actually happen in real life in front of me, But, like, he kind of, like, sits kind of, like, crisscross, but, like, a little bit sideways, and he just, like, grabs her hair, and, like, it's really weird. But it only happens in shoujo. That's that's a shoujo position. That's a shoujo position. That's how it should be called.
A shoujo position, TM.
Shoujo position, number 1. It's a lot of shoujo positions.
There's a list.
But the whole like you guys said, like I know ThePepperedHam said, he said that, like, all the characters apart from Kurosaki had that whole, like, shonen kind of feel to him. Yeah. But I really did like Kurosaki. Like, he had those, like, there was maybe, like, 3 or 4 moments where he flipped out, and he had those, like, just that crazy face, that just that one panel of his face was enough, to completely settle that situation. Like, those were some of my favorite parts of the 14 chapters that were read, when he just completely, like, flips out, and you're just like, yeah, we know what's going on.
His faces are epic, especially when he's smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe Kurosaki looks more shoujo because we see everything from Teru's point of view. So she looks at him with, like, gleaming eyes.
Dude, Daza, you bring up this point. You always bring out, like, maybe this story's like this because it's from this character's point of view. It always happens like that.
It's true, though. I'm sorry.
But that's a little bit, that's a stretch. That's a little bit of a stretch.
Why is it a stretch?
Because there was no real point. It can't be from her point of view. Because there's so much stuff that she doesn't know.
I'll rephrase that. It's not from her point of view, it's from a third person perspective, but in a person's mind. It's like Harry Potter. Harry Potter's not from Harry's point of view, but it's in his mind. That's his world. That's what this is.
So you think it's
a third person's perspective.
I can understand it being a third person point of view, but not her in her head. It's not in her head. It's in our head.
Okay, guys.
This is so confusing me.
I know. I'm just like, I burped and then I just, like, lost concentration.
That, like, burp completely, like that little part that you missed while you were burping.
I know. I was like, I don't know what happened. I don't know where I am. Let's wrap up, give our final thoughts and ratings, and then we will give our special announcement, and then also announce what we're reading next week. So, who wants to go first, giving their their final impressions and rating? Anybody? We could also talk about. Well, no, that's fine. Anybody?
Bill, I think Bill should.
Yeah, Bill, you should go first as our wonderful guest.
I really like it, and I'm going to speak as someone who's only read the first 14 chapters. If I was just reading this for the first time, I really like what they're setting up, and kind of slowly setting up too in the first 14 chapters. So my final, it's definitely would keep me reading. I mean, it's unfair for me to talk about this because I've already read it, but it would have my full attention going forward. So, do you guys do a 10 scale?
Yeah.
Yes.
Up on here, up in
It's
here.
like Mal. It's like Mal.
A hard. We do also hard flaccid thrown in there as well.
I'm gonna stick with the 10. I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
So a little almost hard.
It's getting there.
It's getting
Almost like
Just
like
a semi.
I'm gonna assess this the first 14 chapters, by the way.
there. Okay.
7.5. It still needs a little more assistance before it gets all the way there. And you got what? There's like 45 more chapters out.
Yeah, we got a lot.
Yeah.
Sweet. I am going to give it. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I really liked it. And it's definitely one of the more standout and better shoujo manga that I have read, and it's to the point where it stands out in my mind as one of my favorite shoujo manga, and I haven't even read more than 14 chapters of it because, like Bill said, I'm really excited about what they're setting up, and I also really enjoy the relationship between the two main characters, and that's not typically how I feel about shoujo manga because the relationship in shoujo manga, the main relationship, tends to be very loose and very like, oh, girl doesn't really know what she's doing, and then guy like knows exactly what he's doing all the time, and it's just like always feel very stale. And I feel like the relationship here feels much more refreshing and is giving like a little bit different look at it. And there's also so much else going on that adds to the relationship that makes it even more exciting. And I really like the characters as well. So I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I loved it and look forward to reading more of it.
Well, I'm going to go against you guys and say, well, I thought it was actually good, and I thought it was one of the standout manga. I wasn't really that interested in it. I was reading it, and I'm just like, I just really can't get into it. It took me a while to kind of put myself into it, and I still didn't get there. I don't know what it was about it, and I don't know if it was my mindset or how I was going into it or whatever. I just couldn't really get too interested in it. And I like shoujo manga. I've liked a lot of shoujo manga. I've liked a lot of shoujo anime. But for some reason, I just like, I don't care too much. So for that, I'm going to give it a 6.
That's fair. Especially if you couldn't get into it. I think that's a fair rating.
I mean, I can understand that it is good, and I can understand why it's good, but just like, I just didn't care too much. Which sucks, because I really wanted to like it a lot, but I just can't get interested. Maybe later on. Maybe later on.
Yeah.
Alright, since Dazzler did not give his, like, critical rating and then his enjoyment rating, I'll do that. I'll give 2 ratings. Right. For critical rating...
Taking my shit, yo.
Yeah, you didn't do it! I was waiting for you to do it. You didn't do it. Sorry.
That's payback for Cyndi Lauper.
Alright. Critical rating. Okay, this is only 14 chapters into the series.
Oh no, we lost him. We lost his audio. Yoku, we can't hear you!
Yo, grandma's audio gets a 4.
Look at his frozen! Look at his frozen!
Well, while he's doing that, I'll give my enjoyment and my critical rating to beat him, and the critical rating will be a 7.5, and enjoyment rating will be a 6. Boom.
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 Suck it, Yoku.
I think that was the best frozen face we've ever had for him. It was pretty great. Let's announce what we're reading next week while we're waiting for him to come back. Should we give our special announcement? I wanted to be here for the special announcement.
He's good. Oh, there he is. He's back.
Okay, I was like, we could just sing time after time.
This is bullshit. Alright? Okay.
Now you know how I feel back in February.
Daza, your internet is better than mine.
I like how he immediately like face palmed after he said that.
All right, back to that
Finished.
crazy face. Okay. Okay, I'll start with my critical rating. Critical rating, I would have to give.
Like you missed all that.
I'll have to give it. This is very hard for me to say, but I'd probably give it a 6.5 for a critical rating.
Huh.
Oh.
Because it does have a lot of problems. The characters are still pretty cliche. They do react to some situations, a little bit like unpredictably, but in the end, they're still the core of what shoujo is. And I guess like this is the first 14 chapters. Like I said, it does later on. There's probably more development, more to add to the character. So I gotta give it critically a 6.5. But my enjoyment level is a lot higher. Like I enjoyed the shit out of this. I'm sorry, but like I enjoyed it so much. Like I read it in one sitting, and seriously, those 14 chapters took like 5 hours to read for me. I don't know how for you guys, but it took like
A little
5
bit longer.
hours. Like I was reading them and I was like, I can't believe this is 14 chapters. This is like at least 60 chapters. I don't know.
Yeah.
But for enjoyment level, I gotta give it a 9. Like
Sweet.
it was just so enjoyable. Maybe I don't know. Maybe because I was at home. I was back in Oregon. I got a lot of stuff done. I got packed. I fixed my car and all that stuff, and I had nothing to do. So I was just sitting around. Maybe I was just bored out of my mind. That's why I enjoyed it. But it was just so enjoyable. I just had so much smiles, and like I almost like teared up a couple times. It brought so much emotions out of me.
Butterflies.
The butterflies just flew out. We were like,
That's disgusting. That's a totally different.
I was just like, I was puking out butterflies while I was.
I think that's the boots.
Puking
But
out
it was-
butterflies, manga
I
pod.
gotta say that this is definitely like in top 5 that we've read enjoyment wise
wow.
from all the manga that we read in this whole MangaPod history that we've had, and I definitely recommend it, no doubt. It's a must read, especially if you're a shoujo fan, because this is a different twist on the whole shoujo aspect, and I can see it getting better. At the same time, I can see it getting worse. So.
Yeah. We'll have to find out next time we read it. Dope.
Yep.
Awesome. Next week, wait, do we want to do announcement first, or do we want to announce what we're reading next week? Let's just do next week really quick.
Hold on.
Because
Wait. I have to get my glasses back, and you have to guess what it is. Guess.
You in your boxers?
Oh, that's right.
Oh my gosh, dude.
No,
my
they're
eyes.
not boxes. They're like pajama stuff.
He's in his
Yeah,
underwear.
that's right. You guys have to guess what it is.
That's the same thing as boxers, bro.
You guys are.
That's freaking damn boxers, alright?
They're like boxer brief stuff.
Dude, I could take off my pants for now and be like, no, these aren't boxers. These are pajamas. You know?
You wear them over, like I've got boxers on underneath it.
So you got like 2 same size shorts on right now. Dude, man.
Okay, Dazzle, read the description.
At least I'm not in my freaking underwear like I was this morning. I
Hey,
put on pants for you guys.
hey, I
It's
got,
hot in Australia.
I possibly got
It's like
pants.
30 something degrees. I suck.
Alright, man.
Awesome.
Well,
What are we
take your-
reading next week? Hit us.
Several hundred years ago, humans were nearly exterminated. That something says it. Something typically several stories tall seem to have no intelligence, devour human beings, and worst of all, seem to do it for the pleasure rather than a food source. A small percentage of humanity survived by walling themselves inside a city protected by extremely high walls, even taller than the biggest of the things. Flash forward to the present, and the city has not seen one of the things for over 100 years. Teenage boy Aaron and his foster sister Mikasa witness something horrific as the city walls are destroyed by a big, huge, giant thing that appears out of thin air. As the smaller things flood into the city, 2 kids watch in horror as their mother is eaten alive. Aaron vows that he will murder every single thing and take revenge for all of mankind. And I'd like to actually give a shout out to Hummingbird here, because I couldn't access the Mao version, but for some reason Hummingbird is still up.
Hummingbird! Shout out.
Hummingbird.
Hummingbird.me. If you guys don't have one, you should go check it out. It is awesome.
We all approve.
We all approve. You should follow all of us. But we'll get into that when we shout out our stuff. Yes, all of you got it right away. It is Attack on Titan. We'll be reading Shingeki no Kyojin.
I thought it was Pokemon Adventures, Part 2. You know.
First, I thought you were serious. I was like, Yoku.
I know. When I heard Eren Mikasa, I was just like, oh my gosh.
I knew it from the beginning, like just the 300 years ago. Well, I guess I knew it from the beginning because I helped make the schedule. But
I don't remember the schedule at all. It's out of my brain.
It's out of your brain. Wow.
How much are we reading of it?
I am going to check out the schedule right now.
We are reading volume 7 to 9, chapter 27 to 38.
I'm so irresponsible.
27 to 38.
Is that how many is, or do we just want to read up to how many is out right now? How much is out right now?
40 something.
Hold on.
Now, isn't it? 40.
How much did we read last time? Where was last time?
We only read like 3 volumes. We read.
Oh, we could probably read to the what?
Let's just read to the end. Let's just read to 48.
If it's only 3 volumes, we've read many times like 5 volumes at a time. Yeah. I think we just catch up to it.
We can hit it.
Shingeki. Okay.
What?
I was gonna say Shingeki is quite long.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
it's a lot of action, you know. Whereas
I suppose at the moment, it is a lot of easy reading. Yeah.
I think we just go to the latest chapter.
Yeah, let's just do the latest chapter, 48.
But I think actually by the time of the next week's podcast, there's gonna be the newest chapter out because it releases around that time.
49.
Hold on.
If it's out, 49 will be out. Everyone in chat is saying so.
Yeah, because it was this week. It's this week that it comes out in the magazine.
Okay, sweet. Next week we will be doing Shingeki no Kyojin volumes, whatever it is to whatever it is, but chapters 37 through 48. We're 49. JK. 49. We're very good. It's super dope. I've caught all the way up on it. It's amazing. So it's gonna be great to discuss it, especially with how the anime is just.
I just can't wait to discuss these latest chapters.
These latest chapters are amazing.
I've been flipping out.
Flipping out really so bad. So that will be next week. Now, before we go, we are going to before we shout out our stuff really quick, we're going to give our special announcement that we mentioned at the beginning.
It's super special, guys.
We are wanting to change up our little bit layout and our splash screen. So we are going to ask you guys to submit your stuff and your ideas for the new MangaPod Book Club splash screen. We're gonna put we're just kind of winging this right now, but we're gonna put in the subreddit, we'll put all of the details about what size boxes need to be, or you can just kind of get the screen cap it and get the idea from that. But the only thing we're really looking for is to keeping the font the same and the logo the same. So I will make sure to provide all of that in the subreddit, which our lovely mods have provided in the chat there. And we are going to announce the winner on the first MangaPod of October, which will actually be the second week of October, because we're not having one October 1st, because unless
October 8th.
October 8th. We will be announcing the winner. So you guys just submit it to where should we have them put it? Should we start a thread on the MangaPod subreddit, or should we have them email?
Yeah.
We don't have a thread. We'll start a thread on the MangaPod subreddit, so you can post it there. I will also announce this. I can make an announcement video for this on my channel as well, just so you guys can kind of get even more aware of it and a little bit more about what's going to be on. We're just going to choose the winner then, and we'll give you the fonts and everything. But we're really excited to see what you guys come up with. It'll be really cool. It'll be neat to see what you guys do.
No homosexual fan art of me and Yoku. They won't win.
If
just
you could
saying.
also submit,
That's
if you
straight
want,
up 2 thumbs down.
2 weenus up. I think.
Aaron, put your weenuses down right now.
I do what I want. I do what I want with my weenus.
That's what all guys say.
MangaPod, we do what we want with our weenus.
My weenus, my way.
So that'll be the splash screen and also the boxes stuff if you want to make it so that it goes along with it. So we're really excited to see what you guys come up with. We hope you guys are excited about it as well. So like I said, all that information will be in the subreddit. You can also find all of MangaPod on iTunes. Just search for MangaPod Book Club. I am your host, HappiLeeErin. You can find all of my stuff at youtube.com/HappiLeeErin, Twitter /HappiLeeErin, Tumblr HappiLeeErin. Also been starting using, if you've seen me on Twitter announce this a few times, been using hummingbird.me, which is very similar to my anime list and also has some elements of like Twitter and Facebook. You can follow people and see what they're watching as they update like episodes and how they're rating different shows, and there's also really cool forums, and the interface of it is really cool and it just looks really nice and it's very easy to use. So you guys should definitely go follow. I think every single one of us has that, so you should go follow that as well. Hummingbird.me, set up a profile and follow all of us. It's dope. So that's my stuff. Wonderful guest, Not Dodger, the Peppered Ham. Shout out your stuff really quick, sir, and thank you again for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. You can find me at youtube.com/ThePepperedHam, on Twitter at Buell Conway, or Hummingbird at PepperedHam. Kind of not a surprise. And the Anniversary Podcast.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing. It's a real
Awesome thing.
Yoko?
You can touch it.
I haven't touched it yet. What the
I touch it all the time.
Mm-hmm. See?
I like
feel-
touching you guys.
I
Oh,
feel
yeah, nowhere to
left
go.
out. I feel very left out now.
It's okay, Yoku.
I'll touch you later. Don't worry about it.
We'll all
We'll touch-
touch you later.
We'll touch weenuses and it'll all be fine.
Yeah.
That's how we have to end the show, is all of us just putting our weenus up.
Anyway, Yoku, where can we find you?
All right,
I
you guys
snorted.
can find me on you. You snorted. I heard that.
Fuck you!
Alright. That hurt my nose. Alright. Alright, let's get this together, guys. We're almost done.
I
We're
believe in you. I believe in you guys.
Alright. You guys can find me on YouTube/Yokurama Game Talk, where I do not talk about games. I talk about anime. You guys can also find me on YouTube/Yokurama News, where I rarely talk about news, but I do episode reviews here and there. Yep. You guys can find me on Twitter/Yokurama Talks, where I tweet and retweet and stuff. And you guys, like Aaron said, you guys can find me on Hummingbird, hummingbird.me, right? Not
Yeah,
.com.
it's not me.
I tried searching it .com once, I couldn't find it. So
It's
yeah,
not. It's nothing.
it's hummingbird.me/Yokurama. You'll find me there, and that site is freaking awesome. It's like Facebook of anime. Awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't
Go.
had a chance to actually get on the forums and stuff because I didn't have a computer for the past couple weeks, but I can't wait. I hear
They're
it's awesome.
so nice. All the forums are so nice.
I hear it's freaking
Everybody
awesome.
is really nice.
So I can't wait to jump on that. So you guys should follow me on there to see the updates of anime that I'm watching that I haven't been really updating though, but I will. And what else? There's Tumblr, where you guys can find me /Yokurama. And what else is there? I'm so lost. I don't know. There's so many social networks out there in the world that I don't remember them. I will one day write out a list. I think Ian knows more than me.
Yeah, Ian posted all the stuff. It's all good.
All right. So that would be all. Daza?
Hi, I'm Doc Dazza. You can find me on youtube.com/FindFinippon, where I cover anime with reviews, news, and other awesome stuff. I also have the Doc Dazza, where I post other stuff that's interesting. It can sometimes do with anime, sometimes not. I've got Twitter as well, which is just @DocDazza, where I tweet and stuff. I recommend following me in about a week after the Australian election's finished, because, no, that's going to be fun.
No.
No.
Damn.
And then I've also got Tumblr, which is finefinippon.com, and then of course Hummingbird, which is just Dr. Dazza, and which I will be linking in the chat right now, and which will be all in the description below. Hummingbird is a very social networky type place. People say it's like Mal. It's very much like Mal, but it also emphasizes the social aspect of it, which I find very interesting.
It's a lot better than Mal.
I like
And-
it more than Mal.
And manga is coming this week, so
It is? What? I'm so excited. Yeah, Josh.
We're done.
Go, Josh.
Josh, you are boss.
Go, Josh.
You're the boss of manga.
I've been chatting with Josh. We've been working out how we want to do it. So
Yay. Josh is the CEO, founder, person of Hummingbird. He's great.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
Yep.
They aren't paying us either, so
No, they aren't. We just really like the site.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yes.
But yeah, so Hummingbird's great. It is still in beta, so there is some stuff that don't work properly. Be wary of that, but you can import your Mal list if it works, because Mal derps. But it is very fun, it's very enjoyable. I like it. I'm on there. I love chatting with you guys, and you guys can stalk us all, because that's what you guys like doing.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Do it. Just do it, guys. You know you want to.
Usually... oh, sorry.
Oh, I was also going to say the anniversary is this week as well.
Yes, check out that. Check that out. I just want to say that Dodger, the lovely Dodger, is usually here with us. Like I said, she could not make it this week, but her stuff will also be linked in the chat and in the description down below. She is press art to continue on Dexterity Bonus, where she talks about coffee. And then her Twitter is Dex Bonus. Her Tumblr is Dex Bonus, all that good stuff. I think is mostly Dex Bonus, but it'll all be linked in the description and also in the chat.
It's mostly like
mostly Dex Bonus. She is fantastic, and we really missed her tonight. But thank you so much, Bill, for joining us and filling in for her. We love talking about Dengeki Daisy with you. Next week we'll be talking about Shingeki no Kyojin chapters 37 through 49. Do not forget about our awesome, super excited to see what you guys come up with splash screen and boxes contest, where you guys can design the new MangaPod Book Club layout. Like I said, all the information for that will be on the subreddit. Thank you guys so much for joining. We loved having you on, and we will see you guys next week. Same time, same place, twitch.tv/HappiLeeErin, Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bye, guys!
Peace
Wait,
out.
you guys, wait, you have to wean us out. You have to wean us out.
I forgot about the weenus.
Weenus!